This week's stretch is going to be a little bit longer than usual in the aspects of holding the different postures, really getting into the fascia as well as the muscle tissue. So there might be moments where you start to, let's just say, feel uncomfortable in the different postures, and just know that's normal and use your breath to continue to lean into it. It's typically when we are faced with this sense of wanting to get out of something, when we have the opportunity to actually lean in, for it to just maybe be uncomfortable for a little bit, but then it's going to continue to nourish the body and the muscles. So we're going to start off in the seating position. So bringing both feet together. I'm moving and I have so much dust all over me. We're going to inhale the arms up overhead. Exhale, left arm to right leg, twisting behind the body. Gaze is looking over the left shoulder. Inhale, both arms back up. Exhale, twist the opposite side. Lengthening in your spine, keeping both of the sit bones grounded. Inhale, both arms back up. And exhale, hands back to center. We're going to keep the right leg in, left leg is going to come out. Inhale, arms up overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Starting to lengthen in the hamstring and in the calf. Just doing a very light warm up to start. Waking up the body, getting the blood flowing. Good. Inhale, look up. Exhale, forward fold a little bit deeper. Just for a few more breaths. And exhale, come all the way back up, working into the side body. Bringing the left arm down. Either keeping it down on the ground or keeping it on the thigh. Inhale, the right arm up overhead. Opening up the chest, feeling a nice deep side body stretch on the right side. Good, and back up. We're going to come onto the right knee and planting the left foot. We might have done this one last week, so we're going to inhale, planting the right hand down, reaching over, making a little bit of a side plank action here, and slowly back down. Switching to the opposite side, left leg in, right leg out, removing the flesh from the sit bones, sitting up tall, inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Noticing how the right side body feels. If you want to aim to grab your foot for a little bit of a deeper stretch, you can do that, or forearms can come right down to the mat. Inhale, lengthen, and exhale, forward fold. Walking the fingertips back up, planting the right forearm down. Inhale, left arm up, opening up the chest. Inhale. Exhale, coming back up, planting the left hand down. Inhale, coming onto the knee into the foot, reaching up with the right hand. Bicep by ear, side body stretch. And making your way back down. Good, scooting your butt maybe a little bit closer towards the edge of the mat. We're gonna lay all the way down, keeping the right leg planted, bringing the hands behind the left quad, the left hamstring. Begin to roll out that left ankle. And switch other way. Good. And begin to walk the fingertips up towards the ankle, knee coming to nose if that feels good, or you can keep the head down. Whatever really suits your body today. Great. Coming back down, coming into a figure four. Working into the hip, opening up the hips. We're going to thread the left arm through, grabbing behind the hamstring, or if you want it deeper, the calf. Head can come down. For me today, my hamstring is good enough. I'm pretty tight in my hips today. And flexing both of the feet, making this an active pose. Noticing how the ankle is pressing against the quad, and the quad is pressing against the ankle. Good. Releasing the legs, keeping them as they are. Hands are going to come out to a T, dropping them over to the right. Gaze is looking over the left hand. So we want to make sure that that left foot is flat on the ground. So it's not like tilting, and we want to push outward with the left knee. So you should really feel this opening up the IT band as well as the glute on the left side. And we're just going to hold this for a few breaths. One more inhale. And exhale, coming back into center, slowly making your way, unraveling the legs, coming side to side, massaging the lumbar spine, planting the left, right leg rises. Begin to roll the right ankle out one way, and roll it out the opposite. Walk the fingertips up towards the ankle, knees coming to nose. Doing the same thing you did on the opposite side. Being mindful of your breath. Is it shallow? Is it deep? Are you breathing in just through your chest, or are you using your belly? Right leg is coming on top of the left. Threading through for a figure four, either grabbing behind the hamstring or the shin. Flexing both of the feet, making this an active posture. Really feeling the right hip open up. Once again, noticing if one side is a little tighter than the opposite. That's totally okay. Great, releasing the hands, arms out to a T, dropping them over to the right, to the left side. Right foot is planting down and gazes over the right shoulder. Energetically pressing the right knee away from you. So opening up and stretching into the hip, the right hip a little bit deeper. Great. A few more breaths. And back to center. Releasing the legs, slowly rocking side to side. And making your way back up, either rocking on the spine or coming all the way up. And rolling over the feet, coming into a tabletop position. Hands underneath the wrists, knees underneath the hips. Inhale, drop belly, gaze up. Exhale, round spine, gaze in. Inhale, look up. Exhale, draw in. Continue with your own breath at your own pace. And feeling your shoulder blades and your low back squeezing together as you arch the back. And as you round the back, feel the belly button curling in and the neck being heavy. Coming back to neutral wherever you are. Inhale, the right arm up high. Exhale, threading it through. And back to center. So what we're going to do, actually, we're going to go one breath, one movement. So we're going to inhale. Exhale, threading the left. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, threading the right. Inhale, back center. And you get the gist of it. So one breath, one movement. Opening up the traps. Finding some mobility in the spine while using your breath as the guiding force. Making your way back to center. Finding a neutral spine, pressing back into downward facing dog, so planting the hands down. Hips are going to raise high. And slowly begin to reach your heels towards the mat. And walking out your dog, bending one leg, lengthening the opposite. Noticing where the tightness may be in the legs. And eventually find stillness, strongly pressing out of your hands. Bending into the legs, slowly walk the feet towards the top of the mat, coming up onto your fingertips, feet shoulder width apart. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Good. Grabbing opposite elbows, allowing the neck to stay heavy, and begin to sway side to side. Good. Maybe shaking the head yes, shaking the head no, and releasing the hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Grounding down into your feet, slowly roll up one vertebrae at a time. Head is coming last. Inhale, the arms up overhead. Exhale, hands by your sides. Coming into this mountain posture, standing up nice and tall, tucking the pelvis under, and just noticing how you feel. Do you feel any tension in your body? Do you feel lightness in your body? And coming back to your breath, how is your breath? Slowly opening up your eyes, standing on the left leg. We're going to come to a figure 4 now on the left, working into the right hip. So crossing the legs and slowly begin to sink into a figure 4 here, standing. If you want, the right hand can come towards the right thigh, pressing down. Good, and if you feel comfortable, begin to walk your fingertips down towards the top of your mat. And if your left knee is bent, begin to lengthen and make that left leg straight. Keeping a slight micro bend though. Planting the hands down, releasing that right leg, and kicking it back into a low lunge. Dropping the left knee down, inhale, the arms up overhead. Exhale, arms out wide, squeezing in the back, chest is lifting. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, deepen. Inhale, lengthen, making the left leg a little bit straight, and exhale, deepen. Planting the hands to frame the left foot. Left toes are coming towards the sky, either being on the toes of the right foot or keeping them down, and giving our hamstrings and our calves a little bit more love. Walking our fingertips back to frame out the left foot, rising on the back knee. Inhale, the arms up overhead, and exhale, hands to hips. And coming into this low lunge, just seeing how you feel, seeing how that right hip flexor feels now that it's opened up a little bit more. Good, and now pivoting your feet towards the right, my butt is going to be facing you. You're going to be equal towards the wall. Inhale, the arms up overhead. Exhale, wide forward fold. Good. Inhale, halfway lengthen, finding length in the spine. Exhale, forward fold. Left arm plants, right arm reaches. Gaze is at the right hand. Good, and switch to the opposite side. Sorry, I probably should have switched positions, but we're here. And back down, and walking your fingertips to the opposite side of the mat, twisting your feet so you're back in a low lunge. And step both of the feet to the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Coming up, arms up overhead. Exhale, arms by the side. Now we're going to be working into the left side of the hip. Hope you could see me, hope I'm in the frame. So we're going to come to a figure 4 on the left side, so bringing the left ankle across the right hip and begin to sink into it. Noticing how the left side feels. And maybe this is where you're at. Maybe you're like, I can't go anymore, but if it feels good and you want to take a little bit deeper, begin to bring the hands towards the mat. A few more breaths. Great. And planting the hands down and then kicking back into that low lunge. So left leg is coming back, framing out the right feet. Planting the left knee down, inhale, right arms up. And exhale, arms to a cactus, leaning forward, working into the left hip flexor now. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, squeeze. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, deepen. Last one. Inhale, lengthen. And exhale, deepen. Frame out the right foot, kicking back into a runner's lunge. Really dorsiflexing the foot back, feeling that deep stretch. We've done a lot of work on our calves and our hamstrings. I did that intentionally because I'm assuming that they might be hurting after this past week's workout. Walking the fingertips forward, planting in that right foot, picking up the back knee, inhale the arms up overhead. Exhale, hands to hips. Noticing how you feel in this posture, sinking down a little bit deeper. Good. And then pivoting those feet over to a forward fold again, so pivoting them both so they're straight. I'm going to face you this time so my ass isn't facing you. And hinging at the hip, inhale, let's open up the chest. And exhale, forward fold. Arms can come down towards the mat. Now walking the left fingertips to grab the right ankle and binding the right hand behind the back. Gaze is looking up over that right shoulder, and you're focusing on bringing the left ear towards the right knee. So it's an active bicep in the left bicep. Good, releasing, walking those fingertips over to the left foot. Right hand is grabbing the left ankle. Left hand is coming behind the sacrum. Pulling the right ear towards the left knee. Gaze is up. Good. Planting the hands back down, walking towards the top of the mat, kicking back into a high plank, and lowering knees all the way down towards your chest, all the way down. Walking the fingertips forward, we're going to work into the back a little bit. Inhale, gaze up, planting through the hands. Relaxing the glutes, squeezing the shoulder blades together. Exhale, back down. Inhale, back up. Exhale, back down. Last one. Inhale, reach it up. Gaze is where the ceiling meets the wall. Good, and back down. Kicking back into a wide child's pose. Toes are touching, knees are out wide. Forehead is coming to the mat. Resetting here, and giving yourself gratitude for showing up today, giving your body some love. Walking the fingertips back up, and we are complete. Great session today. Hope you enjoyed it. Excited to hear how your feedback was from it, and continue to have a blessed day.